Hello, everyone. I'm Leslie from leslieburton.com. And today I'd like to talk to you about if you can't switch off, even when you feel really exhausted, if your mind just keeps going, your body feels quite tense, and resting doesn't feel restful. No other way to put it. Then this video is made for you. Okay, we're going to have a little chat about that because being stuck in on mode isn't actually a personality flaw. It's often your nervous system doing its job just maybe a little too well. It's staying alert, it's scanning, it's bracing, and it's trying to keep you safe. So today I'm going to explain what on mode is in sort of hopefully everyday language that you can understand, how to recognize it, and I'll give you a few gentle ways that you can soften it as well, because we all like a little bit of something to deal with it with, don't we? So a few gentle ways to soften it without forcing yourself to relax, because literally we can't do that, can we? So when your nervous system is on mode, then your body is basically acting like there's something to deal with. There's something there that it has to manage. Even if nothing is actually happening right now in as far as you know in your life or in that moment in time, should I say, rather than in your life. So it can be like it's got stress, you're feeling pressure. You've got just too much input going in, emotional load, perhaps, or simply being in survival mode for too long. So the tricky part is your mind might say, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, so you're saying, I can relax now, I'm fine, everything's okay. But your body isn't listening, it's still braced. Yeah, so it's the mind and the body are not connecting. So the goal isn't to think positive, as we keep getting told we have to do. The goal is to help your body to feel safe enough to come down a notch. And it could just be a notch to start with. If you are really high up in on mode, each notch will help. Yeah, so don't go, oh, I've got to go like all this way down and I can't manage it, because that is literally in itself telling your body to stay in on mode. So here are some quite common signs that you're in on mode. Just see what resonates for you. And there may well be more than one or most of these, even in some cases. Um, so you're feeling really tired, but you're wired. Yeah, so you're like, oh, I'm so tired, but your brain is going, woo. Yeah, so it's like, oof. You're really irritated. Yeah, I can resonate with that one. You're really irritated or overwhelmed by just little tiny things. They're just like, oh, it's so niggling. Yeah, and you're in on mode. You can't focus, or you really hyper focus, and you maybe forget to eat even. Yeah, so you're like, whoa, hyper focused on what you're doing, and everything else just disappears out the window. Or you're sitting there and you're like, oh, I need to do that. Oh, what did I say? What was I going to do? Oh, I've gone off onto something else. Your jaw, your shoulders, or your stomach are tight. Yeah, where do you hold your stress, your overload? And it may even be all of these, but you will have one that is more than others. So it may be that you're holding your stomach really tightly. It may be that your shoulders are just hunched up, and you don't realize until I say this, and then you go, oh yeah, okay. Or you're holding your jaw, so you're clenching your jaw. And then you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that I am doing that. Let me release that one. You're scrolling through things, but it is not in any way relaxing. Yeah, sometimes we like it's a nice way to sort of relax. I might put a no on that one anyway. To be fair, it's probably not the best way to relax, but sometimes you can do it and it's fine. But chances are, if you're in on mode, you're scrolling through things and it's you just seeing the things that irritate you, you're seeing the things that wind you up, because, and the more we dwell on those things, the more that social media will put them in front of us because it's like the things we want to see in their eyes are the things they will show us more of. Um, you keep replaying conversations in your mind or you keep planning the future. The future, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. This is not going to work. I'm not going to have enough of this. I won't have enough time to do that. Or you're like, oh, I shouldn't have said that, shouldn't have done that. Why did they say that? What have they got against me? Yeah, it's the past and the future. Yeah, now is what matters. Yeah, now is what we can control. We can't control what's gone. We can't control what's to come. We can help it a little bit along, what's to come, and we can learn something from the past. So they're not completely out there, but if you're in on mode, you're replaying the things and looking at what you did wrong, not from a perspective of changing it, but from a perspective of, oh, the doom and gloom, and they'll never talk to me again, and this won't happen, and that won't happen, and I don't want to talk to them because they wound me up. Or about the future with the, oh, I haven't got enough of this. It's that it's looking at it in a very different way to when you are feeling centered. You feel like you should be doing something even when you sit down to relax. Yeah. So it's that I'm just gonna relax with my partner, maybe watch a bit of television or read something. And then you feel like something pops in. Oh, I must just look this up. I must just look that up. Or you're reading or you're watching the TV and you have got no idea what's happening because something else is whirring through your mind. Your sleep is very light, it's broken, or it's full of very busy dreams. Now, again, I put a thing on this because there are times when this happens due to certain things. Like a lot of that happens for me around the full and the new moons. Um, However, I know what it's happening. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. It's bringing some part of me that I need to release. This, when you're in on mode, is the sleep is very light. You're just not relaxing. The sleep is broken because you're waking up and things are whirring through your mind that you've not released from the day. The day that's just gone, things are still playing on. It's that same thing as the replaying the conversations and the planning for the future. They happen in the middle of the night as well. Or it's full of busy dreams that are just your body still, it's just going through the previous day or the previous month or whatever. So if you recognize yourself here in any or all of these, nothing has actually gone wrong with you. It's nothing that has gone wrong with you. It just means that your system is carrying a lot and it wants you to care for it. It wants you to soften. Okay. So here's why you're telling yourself, sorry, here's why telling yourself to just relax fails entirely. If you just sit there going, come on, relax, 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 think positive thoughts, that's not going to work. And here's why. Your body doesn't feel safe. It won't let go just because your mind says so. Okay, you have to tell your body it is okay. And just your mind saying, okay, relax, is not doing that, sadly. It is not sufficient for it. So instead of saying relax, let's go for something that's a little kinder for your body. Maybe we could say soften. Okay, let me just soften a little. Let me unclench that jaw, relax my stomach, soften my shoulders. Yeah, so just soften. That's all you're asking your body to do. Nothing too drastic. You could say settle, same thing. Excuse me. You could use both of the words if you want to. Yeah, it's just taking you down just an octave, just an octave. Come back to my body. Let me come back into my body now. Just ask yourself that question. Reduce the sense of threat to your body by just doing this. That's what we're going to do next. Okay, so I'm going to introduce you to some lovely ways to do this, and you can just choose one of these. Don't do all of them. We're just asking our body to relax a little. Okay, so here are three gentle resets for you. Now, the first one is the exhale longer switch. Okay, just for 60, 90 seconds, that's all it takes. This is not a big reset, and you can do this at any point in your day because if you can't tell your body to just switch off for 60 seconds, then you are in a very everybody can do that. Everybody can find 60 seconds. Okay. You have not got so much on your plate that you cannot soften for 60 seconds. What is 60 seconds? So, if you do nothing else, this is the one to do. Breathe in through your nose and count to 4. Okay. So, 2, 3, 4. Hold and breathe out for a count of 6. Okay, and you can do that to regulate it. I would suggest in through your nose, out through your nose. Yeah, in through your nose, out through your nose. And that longer exhale just tells your body, we're okay right now. We are okay right now. It's fine. Everything is fine. And if we are not telling it everything is okay forever, we're just saying that right now, everything is okay. So just do that softening and go back to what you're doing. Just that 60 seconds will actually help you if you are in the middle of, I can't stop, I need to get this done, I need to get that done. That short exhale will make you far more productive. So that 60 seconds has probably gained you 5, 10 minutes, half an hour in your day. Yeah, so it's definitely worth that 60 seconds. I can't emphasize that much enough. And you can do that at any time during the day or the night when your mind is busy. Yeah, just allow it to breathe and soften. So the second reset is about orientating yourself, bringing your body back into the room where you are. This is one of the most grounding things that you can do when you're stuck in your head, and it will just simply quiet your mind. So sometimes, we all have our favorite ways of doing it. Mine are working with roots, but this one, you don't have to You don't have to calm yourself to do it. Let me say that because you're calming yourself as you're doing it. So you can do it and you can do it wherever you are. Um, okay, so just slowly look around the room, just the room you're in at the time. Name five things that you can see. Literally say them out loud to yourself. Sorry, to outside to yourself. Just literally say them outside, out loud. If you're in a room with other people that it might feel a bit strange, then yes, do say them to yourself. But if you can say them out loud, it's far better. Okay, so name five things you can see. Then, with your feet on the floor, four things you can feel. And one of them could be your feet on the floor. So what can you feel right now? And again, name them. My feet are on the floor. My clothes are on my skin. My chair, my chair is supporting me. Um, I feel my necklace around my neck. What are four things you can just name? It could be, oh, I feel grief in my body, even. It could be an emotion. What are three things that you can hear? And again, name them out loud. I can hear the traffic. I can hear the birds singing. I can hear music playing. Yeah, what are three things that you can hear? Just three things. And it just makes you pay attention to your surrounding and it brings you back to the here and now. Okay, this is a really great, and keeping yourself grounded massively helps with that speed on mode. And this will be particularly pertinent over the next couple of months or so because we're coming into a very high-paced time. So just doing this, keeping yourself grounded, and you can do this, just set yourself the intention to do this once a day, maybe in the evening as you finish your work day or whatever it is you do during the day, and you are going to relax in the evening, do this to ground yourself again. Leave that in the past. This is the future that I'm having nicely relaxed. So the third reset then is to contain your day. This is just takes you a couple of minutes, and this is a great thing to do last thing in the evening because it sets you up for the the night to come. Okay, so it sets you up for a nice, relaxed sleep. So if your mind is racing, try this. Take a piece of paper or a notes app if you prefer to stay digital. I like to take actual paper because writing it down feels really good. And also at the end of the day, obviously, you're not getting that screen. Um, but whichever works for you, it's fine because it's not about doing it in the correct way, it's about doing it. So these are questions to ask yourself. What am I carrying today? A quick list of just anything that you're carrying at that time. So it could be like, I've got a meeting tomorrow. I don't feel I'm prepped enough. It could be, I need to remember this for tomorrow. It could be, this happened to me today. It was really shitty. Yeah, whatever it is, just a quick list. Don't force it. Don't it's this is just a quick list. Just what came up for me today. What can wait until tomorrow? Okay? My meeting notes, that's fine. First thing in the morning is no problem. I've got time. I've got this half an hour slot. That's fine. So what else? What can wait until tomorrow? And then one kind thing I'm doing for myself tonight. Okay, that can be really simple. Like maybe you're going to depends where you are at this moment. If you're sitting in bed doing this, I would not suggest necessarily lighting a candle because if you fall asleep, lit candles are not great. But you can have like it would be putting aromatherapy mist into the room. I'm going to have some lovely lavender because that's a beautiful thing to sleep with. Maybe I'm going to hug my partner. Yeah, that's the type of thing. Something that's really good to finish a day off. What's the one kind thing I'm going to do for myself tonight? And it can be that generally speaking, whatever pops into your mind when you say that is the right thing for you. It could be, I'm just going to let myself have a really nice night's sleep. And this isn't productivity, just to be clear here, this is nothing to do with productivity. This is containment because by putting down what has happened during the day, what can wait until tomorrow, what is one thing that I can do nice for myself right now, that is telling our mind and our body that it's okay to quieten now because we've contained that into something else. And we can now put that aside, and that is waiting for the next time we are ready to deal with it. Yeah. It stops your nervous system from feeling like it has to hold everything at once. Yeah. So it's just that body, just that calm down in your body. So if you've been on mode for a while, one reset isn't going to fix everything. Sadly, I would love to say that that would be the case, but sadly it isn't. But every step that you take, every time you stop yourself and tell your body it's okay to relax in one of those nice ways or in another way that works for you, you don't have to follow my suggestions. They are simply suggestions. Then you are taking yourself down an octave. Yeah, you won't be able to reset, fix everything at once, but that's okay. Each step is a step towards it. Yeah, it's not about a big like switch. 1 minute, I'm up here. The next minute, I'm at one with the universe. Sadly, it doesn't happen like that. It's a progress. It is a progress over time. But let me tell you, when you start to release that, oh, it gets so much better. It gets so much better. I can't tell you how good it feels once everything is calmer, everything is peaceful, and you can feel when you sit in with yourself, you can feel the love in your heart, and it's the love for yourself because that is what all this is. It's about releasing the stuff in your body so you can allow yourself to love yourself. You are the most important person. If you cannot love yourself, you cannot love others. Yeah, what we do is we project onto others, but until you can bring that back into yourself, the feeling you have for others is not real. It's not real. You feel like it is, but you have to be able to love yourself to be able to love others and send that love out into the world. I went slightly off there, sorry. So here's a gentle 24-hour approach to gentle reset that can fix the stuff. So reducing input where you can, so less news. That I would suggest not watching the news, not reading the news. I switched the news off many years ago when it was just like there is nothing here but is winding me up. I switched it off. I still know what's going on in the world. I do have like um one news notification which just sends me the big things that are happening in the world. I look at that, I release it because there is nothing I can do about it. So it's good to know what is happening in the world. You don't have to switch yourself off entirely, but what you dwell on is what you get in your life. So less news, less doom scrolling. Yeah, going through that and letting yourself be wound up by things. Fewer intense conversations. Yeah, there were always going to be intense conversations at times, especially if if you're a working person, there are, but they don't have to be about doom and gloom. And it's those are the conversations that you should be releasing. Somebody that winds you up all the time, either take them out of your life if that feels right, or if not, just say no. No, I'm not getting into this. Yeah, I have people in my life that are definitely part of my life. I'm not releasing them. However, they know I am not going to get sucked into that. No. Drink more water than usual. Okay, chances are you're not drinking enough. And even if you think you are, you're probably not drinking enough. It's not always the case, but just try drinking a bit more than normal. Eat something grounding. So eating something grounding is something warm, it's something nourishing, it's something simple. Yeah, it's something, and your body will crave it. Yeah, what your body is craving, ignoring the cravings for the chocolates, the sweets, the crisps, that type of thing. And then what does my body really want? And it could be like, oh, I want some fruit, I want an apple. Once you start releasing the stress, that underlying what your body is really asking you for will come to the fore because the other things, the sweet things, yeah, we all like them from time to time, and I definitely like to, but it's like a little thing to have now and then. I don't have to have it all the time because it's the stress that's asking you for it. It's the overload that's asking you for it. One small body based thing. So what can you do? It could be taking a walk. Nature, the outside is fantastic. If you have nature that you can walk to, that is absolutely the best thing. But just being outdoors will help. Yeah, and if you have, if you're not in a country type area, maybe a park or something you can just wander to and round. Um, A shower, a shower, washing yourself and just, you can even just, as the water washes, imagine it washing all the way through your body, washing over you, washing yourself out, and washing completely through your body as well, and washing away all the negativity, all the stress in your body. Just set that as your intention as you walk into the shower. Intention, it is everything. Stretching. Stretching is a fantastic thing to do. Yeah, we don't, you know, how fantastic does it feel when you just like full body stretch out? Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, yawning is a way of releasing energy. It's an energy block. The yawn lets out the excess energy, the negative energy that has built up inside you. And if you can, try going to bed a little earlier than you usually do, because chances are you need some extra sleep. Chances are you're not getting enough sleep, okay? So just think of it like turning down the turning down the volume on life. Just turning it down a little bit, just every little notch that you turn it down. You don't have to just go, woof, let's turn the whole thing off, because then your body will be like, whoa. Um, but just a notch, a simple little notch, and then each notch you turn down is just turning that volume down just a little bit more, isn't it? Until everything is soft. But you don't have to start like that. Yeah, because that is too much. And if you're someone who's quite sensitive to energy, chances are, if you're watching this and listening to me, like me, you are. So it could be sensitive energy to other people, to environments, to the collective. Um, it can help you, it can really help to remember that you don't have to process everything. Yeah, so like I just said about the news, and I release that. I do the same with energy, that simple reset at the end of the day. Grounding yourself will help you to release that. There are other ways you can do it as well. I think it's going to make this video a little bit too long, um, but there are great other ways that you can just release the day. And we'll talk about that on another one. You're allowed to come back into your own body. You are allowed to be you, your own breath, your own center. Gentle is very powerful. So remember that exhale longer, that grounding that we've just done, looking around the room and naming things. Remember those things. Um, Releasing the day at the end. It's all about releasing that excess energy that you've picked up. Yeah, and the more you start to do this, the more you get tuned to doing it, the easier it becomes. And there are ways to protect yourself, as I say, ways to release other people's energies. And yeah, maybe that's something else I need to do a video on. Um, so, gentle is powerful, basically. Gentle is very powerful. And if you'd like a supportive space to practice this kind of nervous system softening, which, I do the Akashic guided journeys each month. We do gentle activations, between Patrice and I. And there is, we allow you to integrate at the end. Just be gentle with yourself. Then, have a look at our multidimensional circle membership. It's a monthly live gathering, but there are also many things in a portal that you can go into that, so you can ask your body, what am I looking for right now? And actually go and find those things within our complete library of this sort of stuff for you. It's a fantastic place to be. I say that, obviously it is. I would love to have you in there if it resonates. I will pop all the details for you below. We do have the replay as well because I'm aware we do this on UK timing because that's where I am based. So wherever you are in the world, and we have people in there from around the world. And so the replay is there. It's a beautiful space. Please do feel free to check us out. And also, if you'd like to check me out, read a bit more, see below. I would love it if you could subscribe and like if you've enjoyed this, because it does help me get out to other people that this may resonate with. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward